Hey loves, welcome to part 2 of my spring cleaning. You guys know I love the spring equinox. In part 1 I did the front half of my apartment. My apartment is 1,000 square feet, so I felt like it was best for me to break everything down incrementally. So the front half of my place is my living room, my office nook, and my kitchen. So I deep cleaned that, so it was only right for me to do part 2, where I'm going to organize my makeup desk, my dresser, of course my insane closet, redo my room just a little bit, a little refresh. I'm gonna swap out the floral with the cutest little purse face ever, but just spring cleaning to make sure everything feels complete as we enter the new spring equinox. So let's get started with the second half of my apartment. Okay, let's get started with the bed first. I'm taking everything off, including the pillow covers, the mattress topper, the sheets, the comforter, the duvet covers. So basically I have like a but a down comforter. I feel like you would call this a quilt or blanket, I don't know, whatever it goes inside the duvet cover. I'm taking that off and washing literally everything. I'm also going to show you guys how I put the duvet cover back on once this is washed, but this is just the first thing that's easiest to do because I am going to be cleaning the mattress itself as well as the headboard. Now, if you watched part 1, you saw where I made a concoction that basically deodorizes and cleans at the same time. This is actually baking soda, and I mixed in some lavender oil, and I'm basically sprinkling this all on the top of my mattress. I did put a little bit on the headboard itself, but once I sprinkle this on, I'm going to let it set for about 30 to 45 minutes, or just while I'm doing everything else, and then I'm going to vacuum it up. This is very natural, and I also sprinkled this on my area rug like I did in the living room in part 1. So while that is settling in, cleaning and deodorizing, I'm going to go through and clean all of my nightstands, dresser, as well as my makeup desk with just some simple Clorox wipes, and I enjoy the lemon scent. It's also best to go ahead and dust as well, because when I vacuum up everything on the mattress, I want that dust to just kind of fall and settle so it can get vacuumed up while I am cleaning. So I'm going through dusting the blinds. I'm also going to dust the vent that's in my room as well as the ceiling fan. Now after all the dust has settled, I'm going to go in and vacuum. So starting with the area rug first, making sure I just get all that baking soda up. And then I'm going to also vacuum the mattress. Now with this vacuum cleaner, this is the Shark Wand Vac. I do like this. It comes with multiple attachments, and I feel like it's best for someone that has more of like area rugs in their apartment, since the entire apartment is actually hardwood floor for me. This does really well on both my area rugs in my living room and my bedroom. And like I said, it comes with multiple attachments. In fact, one of the attachments I use when I'm vacuuming my sofa, so it could be used to vacuum the mattress as well. But I'm going to go in with a mattress vacuumer. I actually purchased this on Amazon. I'm going to link this down below for you guys. I like this one because it also has like these sanitation lights built in. But just making sure I vacuum all of that baking soda off the mattress as much as possible. And then I'm also going to follow up with vacuuming the headboard as well, since it is upholstered fabric, with the same mattress vacuumer. honestly feel like deep cleaning is truly a workout. I mean, I wish I had my Apple Watch on just to see how many calories I have burned today. But I want to show y'all how I basically put my duvet cover back on. So I actually saw a TikTok video on this, and this makes it so much easier than it has to be. I feel like deep cleaning is truly a full 40. I feel like deep cleaning is truly a full body workout. Like, if I had an Apple Watch on right now just to see how many calories I burned today, I know it would be a lot, but I wanted to show you guys how I put a duvet cover back on, because it can be very, very tricky. It can be hard, and I wanted to show you this trick that I saw on TikTok. So I've already put my fitted sheet, flat sheet on, and then I put the quilt cover on top, then the duvet cover on top of that. You want to make sure that you have it lined up on all 4 corners. And in this case, the most duvet covers come with like ties in the inside. I have it turned inside out. That's key. And mine has like the button openings right here. So what I'm going to do is tie all the corners. I personally like to kind of like double knot it, but not like a super tight knot to where like when it's time to wash it again, you can't take it off, okay? Because there's been times where I had to use my teeth to take out the knot. But you're just gonna tie all 4 corners. All right, you wanna have some socks on, take your shoes off. Then you're going to come to the bottom, and where the button opening is, you're going to grab the inside corners. At the end, start flipping it like so. Make sure those kind of turn in that, and then I'm going to go inside and grab this corner, pull through like that. Same on this side. I'm going to come get this top corner, pull and yank that through. Find the outer corners that have already been turned in. And now what I'm going to do is fluff and shake. So basically it's going to turn inside out to the correct side, if that makes sense. And now the button side is up here. I still like to kind of come up on these ends and grab the corners, fluff this as well, just to make sure the cover that's in the inside is like evenly distributed inside the duvet cover. Whew, this feels like a workout, like the row machine, okay? All right. Now, I'm gonna take that button side and button all the buttons together. Once I do that, it's time to flip, because the button part goes at the bottom. Just start to turn this around and finish making up the bed. Moving on to the next day, I am cleaning the shower. Now, I personally clean my shower every week, and I usually do it on Sunday, but in this case, it was a Saturday. I'm using the Pink Stuff paste. I really enjoy using this in my bathroom. It's a multi-purpose cleaner, and I'm starting off with the glass first, and I'm using one of those like Scrub Daddy attachments that has like a little wand on it. Now, the pink paste duo that I actually purchased came with its own Scrub Daddy sponge, but I didn't use that one. I used a different one for the shower. And you're gonna see me use different sponges for different things. Like, I use one sponge for the toilet. I do not use that for the shower, bath, and sink either. Like, that's gross to me. Like, you know, just don't do that. But I am wearing like just some clothes I don't really care about when I'm cleaning the shower, because it's going to get messy and wet in there. And because I have a shower head attachment, I do like to step and be inside the shower when I am rinsing it down. Then when I make it over to cleaning my sink, I had changed my clothes, got out of those soggy shower clothes. And again, this is the sponge that I was talking about that came with the actual paste kit. And I really enjoy this. You have the dual sides for scrubbing and then polishing down. And yeah, it smells really good and fresh too. Sometimes I'll go behind this with some Clorox wipes for that lemony scent. But I really enjoy this pink paste, or Pink Stuff paste. Now for the glass, I'm going in with my Myers Clean Day glass and window cleaner. And I actually have two mirrors in here. So starting off with the mirror over my sink, I'm using this microfiber little glove handle that I absolutely love. And because I'm a shorty, I am going to have to use a step stool to get the top of this mirror. I also have a mirror that's hanging on my door inside my closet that I'm going to also wipe down as well. Okay, you guys, so I've worked my way into the next weekend, and I just want to say I technically already did a little purging last weekend when I was doing the bedroom linen and everything, but I'm going to do it one more time. And the reason I'm going to go through a purge one more time is because the first time you're usually only getting rid of things that you either just don't wear anymore, can't wear, or just feel as if it's just not your taste anymore. The second purge is getting so real with yourself about, are you truly going to wear it? Do you absolutely love it? Or do you just need to get rid of it all completely? Now, if you guys have been watching my videos for a while, I've actually started doing capsule wardrobes seasonally. So I started the first one with the fall capsule wardrobe, then I just did the winter one, and I'm already building my spring capsule wardrobe, which I'll show you guys in a second. So some of the items are already on that capsule rack, but this is what I was able to kind of purge down to. So I'm going to show you guys. I had a bunch of like shopping bags that I had stored away. I just need to get rid of those. I don't even know what was my obsession of like keeping them, because that takes up room in your closet, believe it or not. I got rid of a lot of shoes and a couple jewelry pieces, but just so you guys can see how I have everything lined up, clearly I feel like this rack is about to give out. And honestly, there's nothing in any of these bags. I think there's like a few swimsuits in that keep all duffel, but it's not heavy, right? What's really weighing this down and making it almost buckle is the coats. Anything that's winter related is always super heavy. So yeah, I'm probably going to have to start distributing the weight a little bit different pretty soon, because the last thing we want is for this to buckle. But I don't know if you guys can see the hinges that's on it. It's in there, it's in the wall. So I don't think it's gonna collapse anytime soon, but I need to watch it, because this used to happen to me in college, where I used to have so much clothes in my walk-in closet that everything collapsed. So over here on this side, I decided to put all of my boots. I need to get those boot inserts to kind of keep the shape of them, but I'll get that later. And I did decide to still keep the whole color code theme going on. So we got the greens transition to oranges, red, and there's no like specific order. I just kind of like put it whatever section the color is at. The cool thing about me doing a capsule wardrobe, it definitely helped me mature my wardrobe a little bit more. So I did get rid of a lot of trendy pieces, a lot of pieces that I was still holding on from my early 20 days when I was like post-grad or just still low-key in college. It was time for me to let those go. And half the time it's because I barely can fit it anymore. But if you guys can see, that's hidden like under the coats. I do have my jeans and pants and stuff, and I have these little what do you call these, like little wire dividers. Since I have a wire shelving in my closet, I will link these organizational pieces for your closet down below for you guys. They are on Amazon and they come in a pack. So a lot of my just loose tops or pants and stuff I have under there. That scarf is about to fall out, I gotta fix that. But I have my hats and stuff back there. Way too many perfumes. Clearly my collection is getting out of hand, so I'm not gonna purge that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm just gonna have to figure out a new system of storing them. Maybe some of them may have to go under my cabinet, but we'll see. And then clearly I did get rid of a lot of shoes. Not a lot. Okay, you see, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm gonna have to do a second purge, but I got rid of a few, okay? That's why there's some gaps here. And for me, the way I look at it is, if you get rid of some things, it gives you an excuse to buy more. But over here I do have some boots as well, like my booties, and then some sneakers, and then the jewelry. I did get rid of quite a few, but again, this is also kind of stuffed to the brim, so might still get rid of some of that. We'll see. I'm obsessed with this little earring holder. I think this is the cutest little thing. I actually got this from Hobby Lobby. You know, like the little knickknack section that they have in the front of the store? They always have the cutest little trinkets for you to put in your house, and it's also the same felt as my jewelry organizer. So, well, now that I'm looking at this is where most of like the earrings and necklaces are supposed to go. I might actually transfer some of them into here, but really it's the bracelets. That's why the bracelets are overflowing, because it's just not enough room. And then up here I have some more purses. I tried to somewhat color code the purses a little bit, but I do have 2 purse stands right there. Those are also from Amazon as well. I'll link that down below for you guys. But yeah, it's clean, it's functional. And then I'll just move my hamper back in here in this corner, and then I have all of my suitcases and like travel duffel bags down there. But I tried to use the best or try to make the best use of everything in the closet. You know, it's just something about when you move in a place, you feel like, oh, this is the perfect size for me, and then you start outgrowing it because you're just accumulating things. But it is somewhat clean. I'm gonna try to purge a little bit more, and then we're gonna move on to my linen closet. And one last thing before we move into the linen closet, I actually went through my dresser and purged that as well. So I forgot to show you guys that, but I just want to show you in the inside. I have these little clear acrylic dividers. So what I do is I kind of do like the little army roll to organize my items, and I roll them together as pajama sets. So this side has the long sleeve long pants, this side has my tanks with shorts and nightgowns, and I just have them divided like this. But I love this because it just kind of keeps everything organized. Same on this side, I just have my what I call lounge clothes, and then have all my workout sets. I have the sets on this side, individual shorts and leggings, and then all my sports bras. But yeah, I love the concept of that. It keeps everything organized and has a place for it. So I'll link that down below as well, because those dividers came in a set from Amazon. And this is what I meant when I said I'm actively already building my spring capsule wardrobe. So y'all stay tuned for that. Now let's tackle these cabinets under the sink, y'all. This is absolutely ridiculous. It got to the point where it looks like I'm a hoarder, but I promise you it's just because I ended up just throwing stuff down there. So let me just walk you through the thought process of how I wanted to organize this. Now it's not the most aesthetic, again, because I mean it's hidden under the cabinets, but I do have these cabinet organizers, or hutch, I guess you would call that. I'm going to link it down below. I purchased these on Amazon, and they do work when you use them the right way. The bottom shelf slides out, so it makes it easily accessible when you have multiple products. But what I'm doing first is simply removing everything, because I'm someone who uses a lot of different products, especially when it comes to hair products. And then if I don't like it, I sometimes still store it back under there thinking I'm going to use it again. There were quite a few empty bottles, I will say that, so I did trash all of those. And then I did keep quite a few products. Now at the very top on the left hand side is where all my oils and edge control is going to be at, and then all my styling products on the bottom shelf. And like I said, it slides out, so I'm able to get to all the products easily. And then all my spray bottles are like spray products I just kind of kept in that middle section that wasn't on this organizing tray. And on my left side has all my hair products. The right side has all my body products like lotion, body oils, makeup remover, and face scrubs. But yeah, I felt like this was the most functional. And under this side of the sink is where I style my hair, so it made sense to have my stylers on this side. And on the other side I had all of my wash day products because it's closer to the shower, so logistically it made sense. Now moving on to the linen closet, it got a hot mess, y'all. Okay, I'm so ashamed of this, but I'm going to show you how I make it very functional. It's not going to be the most aesthetic, again, because it is behind a closed door, so I didn't really care for it to be like super duper cutesy, but it is going to be functional. So starting with the linen, so all my sheets, pillowcases, and any like extra blankets I went ahead and washed. And I have these really nice linen organizers. They're really easy to use. You just simply like fold all your stuff down and have them in the center. These have zippers on them to kind of zip them shut, and then you have the Velcro to lock them in place. They also have labels, so it's very easy to see what you have in each organizer. In this case, I wanted to show you how tricky it was with something that's a little bit thicker. This is like one of those little blanket throws that I use when guests come over and they sleep on my sofa bed. And so I wanted to make sure I had that organized as well and somewhere to find it. There's like a little peek hole window on these as well, just so you can kind of see what you have in there if you don't label them. But I was able to get this locked in place. So this was very convenient instead of just having it rolled and throwed up at the top of the linen closet. But on this one, I just labeled it as throw cover, and then I'm just going to simply put it up at the top. Perfect. Then I did do a little spa roll of my towels, and this is how everything looked. This shelf right here has all my extra supplies, as well as my nail kit, all my towels, washcloths in that section, and then in this section has all my like hair towels and iron and stuff, my Rev Air and all my little hair tools in there, and then extra hair products at the bottom. But yeah, fully functional now. It's not the most aesthetic, but hey, it works. Then I'm adding some eucalyptus back on top of my shower. I threw the other one away. It was time for me to get a new one. I get these from Trader Joe's. They always have fresh eucalyptus in their floral department. Then I just wipe down the mirror that's on my makeup desk. And then I'm going to do the final touches, which is just simply going through my baseboards with the solution that I did in part 1, you guys, which is really just some peppermint oil, some cleaning solution, just a little bit of cleaning solution, 1 part water, 1 part vinegar. Dust those, and then I go in with my vacuum mop to get everything up. Don't worry about the little excess wetness that's on the walls, especially at the top of the baseboards. It does dry down, but yeah, these are just the finishing touches, and now everything is all clean and organized. And last but not least, you guys, I did swap out the floral that is on my nightstand. I am obsessed with this gorgeous glass pot. I did fill it up with some little beads, and then I just kind of assorted the floral how I wanted it to look. I wanted to have it on one side just so it can accentuate the handle, but this is too cute. Like, doesn't this just scream spring? I know, it definitely does. Alright, you guys, here is the final look at the second half of my spring cleaning for my bedroom, closet, and bathroom. I want to start with the star of the show, and I feel like it's honestly this flower vase. Now, I saved this for the end of the video mainly because I wanted to play around with the flower placement a little bit more. I wanted it to accentuate the handles on the vase because I felt like me putting flowers on both sides kind of hid the handle on it, and all the inspo I saw on Pinterest was kind of having the flowers lean towards one side, but I made sure to have like a variety of flowers in there, and I just love it. This just makes it feel really like spring. And of course kept it with the light bright neutrals. Same setup that I usually do for spring and summer with my bedding. I didn't show you guys a detailed look into how I organized my makeup desk, mainly because I've been wearing a lot of natural makeup lately, but it's the same setup, and I had already went and did some spring cleaning through my makeup desk last year. Didn't really have to do too much since everything has been nice, natural, and neutral. And this side, I know the brightness is kind of dim because the way the blinds are, but same setup that I usually have. And then for my makeup desk, I actually didn't show you guys in detail of me going through it, mainly because I've been wearing a lot of natural makeup lately, and so I didn't really have too much to clean out. I had the same neutral eyeshadow palettes, makeup palettes, just the same old, but it is clean. I went through and Windexed down the mirror, and I have my natural setup that I usually do when I film. And then on this side, I feel like the brightness from the blinds is kind of throwing it off, but Same setup that I usually have on this side of my room with my reading chair and lamp and my nightstand setup. This bowl right here is actually a purse bowl. I did a video on my TikTok and Instagram about that, and I love a purse bowl. Awesome concept. I may go into depth about that in another vlog. Just let me know down below, you guys. And then let's move on to the bathroom, which is right here, starting with the linen closet. Much better. It's not like the most aesthetic, but I absolutely love these linen folders, or storage I should say. Now it looks a lot more functional. Not the most like aesthetic, like I said, but I have a place for everything now. And I did spa roll my towels, so I'm going to insert the video on TikTok that I watched to roll those, but it's so easy. And then my bathroom, I just have my nice little setup right here. I actually put one of my little oil diffusers that I made at Love and Make here in Houston, and you get to customize candles, oil diffusers, and perfumes, and it's so potent. When I tell you, I left for dinner last night, came back in, and I could smell it all the way through my kitchen, which is great. And then we're gonna turn to the closet. You guys know I did do one more purge and went through everything, but this is pretty much how the setup is gonna be. I am going to monitor this rack, like I said. It's mainly because the coats are just so heavy. Like if I didn't have coats on there, I promise you it would not be buckling like that. But everything is back organized in place. Now these cabinets right here, definitely had to purge through a lot of products. I keep all my styling products on this side because if I do my hair in the bathroom, I'm usually on this side of the sink. And then because this side of the sink is a little bit closer to the shower, it made sense for me to keep all of my wash day products on this side. And then I have like my shower bombs, you know, first aid kit, all of that right there. And then I have like some heat styling stuff in there. Now all my excess products I actually put down in the linen closet in this basket, because I do get a lot of PR packages and I cannot keep up with all the products down in my sink, so I had to have somewhere to put that. Put the eucalyptus from Trader Joe's in the shower, you guys. And then I love this just to keep everything kind of seamless in my shower. I don't really like having too many products out, because if I do, I normally put it on my bench, but I had it kind of seamless to where you just have your shampoo, conditioner, and body wash in there. And I usually just refill my body wash inside that bottle when I'm running out. I don't put the actual body wash that I'm using in the shower with me. I just feel like that's just too tacky for me. But yeah, you guys, this was part 2 of my spring cleaning. Everything has a home now. I feel like I can function, okay? Because when everything's just out of order, I feel like my life is out of order. And spring is the new year. Like I said, I consider this my new year. January through like early March is the trial and error. This is when you're trying new things, trying to see what works, what doesn't work. And now I'm ready to get the flow going, keeping the cadence going. But let me know what you guys think about this part 2 spring cleaning. All the items that I showed you guys for like tips and tricks for organization, I will have linked down below, including the ones that were from my part 1 video. So make sure you guys click those and check those out, and make sure you check out part 1, because part 1 is where I did my office nook, my kitchen, and my living room as well. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.